Tail of the tape brought to you by Zenergy, the ultra premium energy drink from Science. Welcome back, Hermes Franca, now 31 years old. He gives away a huge amount of reach to Joe Jordan. Franca was ready to make 155, obviously. Jordan had to cut to come in at 165, which, as I said before, they agreed upon, seeing that Jordan took this fight on such late notice.
And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the octagon is Yves Levine.
So Yves Levine, our referee, as we have the long-awaited return for Hermes Franca. It's been over 2 years since he last fought in the UFC when he lost a controversial decision to Yves Edwards.
Thank you.
It's amazing. He was waiting for the call, as was Joe Jordan. And now when the UFC calls, you answer, and you jump your way into the octagon on a week's notice or on a year's notice, because you understand that the opportunities in this modern day are endless. Franca brings it early.
Two nice kicks, a low kick followed by a high kick by Franca.
The one thing about Franca is when he throws with total commitment.
Nice double leg by Franca. Jordan giving up his back early, but stands right up. He's got hand control on that far side.
Jordan trying to get out of the way, ate an uppercut, and got back to neutral position. Franca looking for the left.
There's a big left hook.
And again, I can't stress enough that when he puts the fist out there, he goes for the knockdown. I mean, there's a little guy who packs a lot of power. He hits very, very hard.
There's another nice tie kick there. There's a left hook by Jordan, followed by a tie kick by Franca.
Hermes, I'll tell you what, and as you said, the explosiveness and the power is something you've got to look for. Jordan answers with a kick of his own. And for Jordan, I'm sure right now it's that first couple of minutes of trying to get comfortable, trying to get the jitters out, because when you enter the octagon for the first time, there are some serious nerves taking place.
There's 12,000 people in this arena. There's nothing quite like walking out here and getting into this cage. And to be a first-timer, that's one of the big adversities, is overcoming that jitters.
They can talk about it all they want, but until you experience that situation and that buzz in the room, you're not quite sure what it's going to be like. And Jordan, after Franca came out early, seems to have gotten a little bit into his groove. Hasn't really put any offense on yet, but he's not being overwhelmed by Hermes Franca here.
No, he's settled in. He's returning. He's throwing some nice kicks in. Nice takedown defense. And really one shot apiece, back and forth, tit for tat here.
Good inside leg kick by Joe Jordan.
And Jordan bringing the pressure a little bit, and Franca giving ground.
Now remember, there is a huge reach advantage for Joe Jordan. And Franca has to be aware of that. Ducks underneath. Nice. Jordan's shaking everything off. Now Joe Rogan will often say when a fighter shakes it off, it means you actually caught it.
And Joe's more than likely right.
Jordan trying to press forward here. Franca looking for his spot.
Definitely a change of gears here by Jordan. He is moving forward, pressuring Franca. Countering the takedowns, I think, gave him a little confidence, and now he's wanting to press the action, say, come on, let's brawl.
Yeah, the one thing he wanted to do is he wanted to use his wrestling in reverse. And you know he's going to get some good wrestling training at the Milicic camp, but not known as the greatest wrestler amongst that camp, if you will. Was an all-star wrestler in high school, but wanted to use his wrestling in reverse to avoid being taken down by Hermes Franca. Fight scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds.
Single leg attempt. Franca gets the single, but Jordan got the underhook and came right back up. Franca going to try and use the fence now. See if he can limit his mobility and knock him down against the fence.
Oh, nice good knee by Franca.
That was nice.
Franca with the body control.
Let's go, guys, work.
Yves Levine wants the pace to be pushed a bit. Accelerated indeed. Foot stop by Joe Jordan.
Jordan taking control of the clinch here now.
Working, guys.
It's almost as if Hermes Franca started out at 110 miles an hour, and now he's gone to neutral a little bit.
I think maybe he's a little surprised that Jordan was able to stuff his takedowns the way he was. He scrambled back up. And I think that Jordan looks to hit pretty hard. I think it got Hermes Franca's attention.
You know, Hermes Franca just kind of looked at his right hand and winced a little bit. I wonder if he didn't hurt his hand. I just noticed it, just barely, but he kind of squeezed his right hand a little bit, Randy. It'd be tough to find out for certain, but that might have been part of it. He might have hurt his right hand in that early exchange.
He could have. He's still throwing it, but neither guy throwing with reckless abandon at this point.
Just keep an eye on it. I just noticed it out of the corner of my eye, and all that time, he hit with the left every time and didn't throw a right.
Franca again runs into a wall trying to attempt a double leg and settles for the pulling guard.
Oh, big punishment by Joe Jordan here. Final seconds of round number 1. Jordan weathered the early storm. Set for round number 2. So Joe Jordan appears to be much more comfortable than early on in the fight. And Hermes Franca wants to try to regain the advantage that he had early in the first round.
See if Franca can get back on track here.
Oh, nice good kick by Franca.
Kick. That had that. You hear that? That had a nice sound to it. Jordan returns the favor.
Now he goes for the shoot.
Nice single leg. Jordan is just, he doesn't care. He's going to stand up.
Good job done by Joe Jordan. And that again will lead to a sense of frustration in the mind of Hermes Franca.
Absolutely.
Franca, a number of years ago, spoke no English, worked 14 hours a day at a car wash. But he has turned himself into one of the finest mixed martial artists in the world. Crazy submissions, willing to bring it. Loves the stand-up game and has improved it over and over and over again. A black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, as we mentioned before. Wants to be the lightweight champion. Now that 155 is back and well-established and well-stocked, thanks to our matchmaker Joe Silva, well-stocked here in the UFC, there's a crown. There's a reward at the top of the mountain, and Franca wants to be part of that.
The referee didn't like the action against the fence there. He's going to start him again from the open position. Nice uppercut by Franca.
Started to throw a couple of rights, so maybe the hand was just tweaked before.
Another high kick.
Trying that overhand right was Joe Jordan.
Down the middle, Joe. Come right back. You got to throw right when you throw. Throw when you throw.
Now, the one thing, if Jordan had any trouble with his conditioning coming in, and you imagine he probably did a little bit because of the short notice, by Franca not pushing the pace here, Randy, you know what? He's not doing anything to Joe Jordan. Jordan says, hey, you're still not hurting me. Yeah, Jordan's going to win the crowd over in a second.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not a terribly fast-paced fight. And so if there is a conditioning issue with Jordan, it's not going to show itself, I don't think. And that was a nice hand from the top by Franca. And Jordan, again, a nice job of scrambling up and getting to his feet. This is, he's been watching Chuck, I think.
Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, Joe Jordan is on a win streak of his own. 5 fights he has won consecutively. Former high school wrestling coach in Ohio, went down to Louisiana for a little vacation, wound up staying there for a while, and he just missed the competition. Ended up moving his way up into beautiful Bettendorf, Iowa, and now trains with the Militich team. Jumped at this opportunity, and you know what? He came in here to bang tonight. And he said, if I'm going to go down with an opportunity of a lifetime, I'm going to go down swinging. And he's demonstrated the willingness to go ahead and exchange here.
Absolutely. Steps right in the range and dares you to throw it.
Given all of that, though, I don't know that he's ahead on the judges' scorecards right now.
I think he probably won the first round. Flying knee by Franca. I think Franca gave the first round away, but Franca's demonstrating some better shots.
Absolutely. Now Franca's starting to bring it. Jordan had to cover up. Good connection by Franca. Multiple flying knees. And a good combination. Jordan covering up. Now you see if Franca will push the pace, Randy, he can challenge the conditioning of Joe Jordan.
Absolutely, and that's what Franca has to do if he wants to win this fight. Obviously had his druthers. He wants to put this fight on the ground, but had no success at holding Jordan down, and he's relegated to banging it out here.
When you have that in your mind, a certain game plan, and it doesn't go that way, and I know you for example, would have multiple game plans going in. Planning in advance as you got more experience, but if you're thinking I'm going to take this guy down for sure, it's going to be easy, then I'll dominate on the ground, and that doesn't happen. How difficult is it to change your game plan in the middle of a fight?
That is a hard thing to do, to get out of the mindset that you train mostly to do and go out and perform. And when we drill that into ourselves, we can go out under pressure and do what we train to do. It's hard sometimes to make those adjustments. A little blood from Jordan's nose now.
That might have been from the exchange a little bit earlier on the cage.
Nice straight jab by Franca.
Rubbing
got
the
him in the eye.
Yeah, got him in the eye a little bit. Joe Jordan wipes it away.
Let's go.
This round belongs thus far to Hermes Franca.
Franca's finding range now, landing better combinations, starting to put more than one punch together.
Still can't take him down, though. 15 seconds remains in the second round.
Watch the head, guys. Watch the head.
Ooh, nice right hand by Franca. I think at this point, if I was Franca, I'd be faking that shot and then following with punching combinations. Franca did hold his hand again right there.
Absolutely.
I think he has hurt his right hand in that first round somehow.
Now let's see what happens here in the third and final round as Hermes Franca
Fight,
turned
guys,
up the
5 minutes.
pace in the second round, and we may have ourselves an even fight right now if indeed, like you said, he gave away round one, being Hermes Franca.
Yeah, we could have a 10-9, 10-9, and this third round could decide this fight.
And Hermes Franca does not want this opportunity, especially with the long-awaited return to the UFC, to slip away, broken hand or not. And again,
Nice
that's speculation.
single leg.
Good
Nice
single leg
single
that
leg by
time.
Franca.
Can he keep him down this time, though, Randy?
Jordan is just masterful with this, scrambling. Franca's trying for
Oh,
the
drop it for the armbar.
straight arm bar. Full mount now, too.
This is trouble for Joe Jordan.
Now he's going for the top side triangle choke. Very interesting.
Can Franca finish
He's
it?
going to get the triangle here. He's got it locked in. This is nice. Very nice technique by Hermes Franca.
And it's all over. Hermes Franca, submission victory. Finally got him down, kept him down for 12 seconds, and that was all it took.
Beautiful transition from straight arm bar to the mount to that top side triangle. Very unusual position to see that triangle. Very nicely done.
Now there you see the skill of the submission expert, Hermes Franca.
Steps over, locks it in deep behind that knee, and rolls to his side to apply that triangle choke.
And Franca works through and gets himself the victory. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Yves Leving has called a stop to this contest at 47 seconds of the third round. For the winner by tap out due to a triangle choke, Hermes Franca.